Hey guys, welcome back to Sun Crypto. In today's content now, we'll talk about BTC. We'll take a look at BTC on a 3D basis and what type of price action we could be anticipating over the next like a few weeks going into Q2 2023. By the way, it is February 20th, right? 2023, right? The current price of BTC just about like a 25,060 and all that good stuff, right? So it is trying to break out above the August high right here. It already broke out above the August high, but we haven't yet gotten a 3D close above the just about like a 25.1 25.2 area. So we will see over the next like a few days if bulls going to be able to get a candle closing above the August high, right? Just about like a 25 to 25.3 area, give or take, right? So in terms of indicator, what we're looking at right now is like our 3D MACD. We've been following our 3D MACD for the longest, and it's been saving us like a lot throughout the entire bear market right here. So if you take a look at it right here, the 3D MACD is looking pretty strong, not giving bears any sign of bearishness, right? Even though many bears got some pretty good arguments like, hey, price action could be dumping back to the November, December lows and all that good stuff. But the 3D MACD, it is not giving it is not giving up. It's like a bullish uptrend. Even though over the last few days, you can see like the daily MACD crossed negative for like a, let's say, last week of January, right, till basically second week of February for 2 weeks. But if we take a look at our 3D time frame back then, I was saying clearly, we need to pay attention to our 3D time frame, not our daily time frame, because the daily could start to be just some noise, right? And price action might be ignoring the negative momentum on the daily time frame. And once we start to break out, we could be breaking out on a 3D basis, right? In terms of moving averages, right, you can see our 3D 100 EMA been acting as a strong resistance, right, throughout the second half of January. Started like, let's say, January 20th and all that good stuff. You can see right here we could not break out above 23.6, 23.7 and all that good stuff, but finally broke out in the second half of February. We just broke out above the 3D 100 EMA and now looking to stay above it, right, over the next like a few days and so on, because we got to stay above the 21.5, right, going into March, right? It is important. Why 21.5? Because we opened the monthly candle right around like a 23. So and our lowest price level in February was like 21.5, give or take, right? So we don't want to be closing the monthly candle, right? Let me show you really quickly for Leroy. We don't want to close the monthly candle in this range below the monthly 50, right? So but if we close the monthly candle anywhere, okay, anywhere around like a 24, 23 and a half and all that good stuff, it is still going to create good momentum going into March, especially going into Q2 2023, because we want to take out the monthly 21 EMA before April. That'd be great, okay? If we cannot take out the monthly 21 EMA, at least retest it. We don't have to close above it, okay? We don't have to close above it in March or even like in February, but we want to get close to it going into April, right? That'll give us a momentum, a strong momentum actually, to try to retest the 50% to 0.618. But we will go back to it, right, once or if BTC bulls manage to basically get back above the monthly 21 EMA, which is going to be a crucial range over the next like a few weeks to something to keep an eye on going into March and all that good stuff, right? So going back to the 3D time frame, right, in terms of Fibonacci, let's take a look at it. We just talked about it on a monthly basis, and at the same time, in terms of Fibonacci, 50% pullback going to be at 32, 33k, give or take, and our 0.618 going to be all the way up to 39k. But as I just said, the monthly time frame going to dictate if bulls throughout Q2 2023 going to get enough momentum, right, to get back to the 50% to 0.618. BTC loves to retest these 50% to 0.618. As you can see at the bottom right here, we bottomed right around 50% pullback at 16.2. So and we got a massive monthly candle, nearly 40% pump on the monthly. That's pretty good. Okay, so most bears as of now, they still saying like, okay, we're going to be retesting the lows and all that good stuff, possibly going down to 3k, 4k, 1k, and all that nonsense. However, you cannot ignore a 40% pump on a monthly basis for BTC after a 75% decline in 365 days. Okay, that's one of the reasons in early January I was actually flip bullish, completely bullish. Okay, at 18k, 16k, I was still bullish and bearish, right? Meaning like buying for the macro view at 18k and lower, and at the same time on the low degree was not confident like we could be taking out the 20k and all that good stuff. However, in early January, by January 15th, right, BTC took out the 20k area. We just throw the through the tower and basically flip bullish and basically stand with the bull trend. Could it be a fake out? We will see. Most bears are calling for a fake out, liquidity grab and all that good stuff. But if we take out the monthly 21 EMA, that could be devastating for the bears, because most likely they're going to be FOMOing above the 21 EMA, and anything could happen. Okay, BTC price action could pump all the way up to 40k, and they might be calling for all-time high and all that good stuff, and we could be dropping back down to retest some lows and all that good stuff. But we will talk about it over the next like a few weeks, depending on how we basically going to be taking out our monthly 21 EMA. But my bias, it is still bullish as long as we can maintain a positive MACD on our 3D basis, because we got a long way to go. If you take a look at it, right, our 3D MACD is not yet negative, right, and it is not giving us yet any sort of bearishness in terms of like a divergence and all that good stuff. Even if it crosses negative, right, we would be looking for some sort of divergence. That's possible. So it means like even if we do something like that, we can still push back up to create some sort of divergence, something like that. So the monthly 21 EMA retest at some point, it is highly probable as of now, until we basically get a negative momentum on our 3D time frame, and we could start to speculate about a possible reversal and all that good stuff, right? But we will see how it goes. But once again, my bias based on the overall trend, it is up as of now, right? And in terms of Elliott wave, we already got our 5-wave corrective structure with a bullish divergence on our 3D basis. You take a look at it in terms of RSI, we did have a nice bullish divergence right there. Okay, even in terms of MACD, we were basically creating some sort of divergences, but it looks better on a weekly basis. So most bulls did not ignore the bullishness on the weekly divergence. However, most bears are trying to ignore the bullishness on the weekly basis. Some of them are looking for like a hidden bearish divergence and all that good stuff. You can't be looking for anything hidden, right, in a strong bull trend. I cannot be looking for anything hidden. If the strong bullish momentum is apparent, I cannot be saying like, oh, we got a hidden bearish divergence. You see what I'm saying? Why look for a hidden bearish divergence when you got a clear bullish divergence? So it just doesn't make any sense to me to basically trying to stay bearish with the current uptrend. Once again, it doesn't mean BTC will shoot up to like a 50k, 40k, 30k and all that good stuff. It could still be correcting right here, right? It could still be in a correction phase if we do not retest the monthly 21 EMA before the end of the month and all that good stuff, right? So now let's take a look at it on a 3-week cycle. One of the reasons why I do not like the fact that most bears are calling for a retest of 21.5 and all that good stuff is like, if you take a look at the 3-week cycle, our 20D cycle, right now the cycle will close on March 5th, right? So I just don't see us basically losing all the momentum, okay, and dropping back down to 21.5 and close the 3-week cycle. You see what I'm saying? Otherwise, right, if we get something like that, our candle will close something like that, will be something like that, right? We will get a big shooting star, right, in a strong bullish uptrend. So bears gonna be like, oh, I told you we're gonna dump. So bears will basically make a strong argument if we close below 21.5, right, below March 5th. So something to basically make a note of, right, going into the next month. However, if we close just like that before March 5th, that'd be great. So even if we dump like after March 5th, dump down to like retest the 21.5 after March 5th, right, to get our engulfing nest right here, that'll be bearish. However, we're not sure if price action will close below the 21.5 after March 5th. You see what I'm saying? During the next candle. So we will just wait and see, because it can retest it and basically retract back up. So that'll be extremely bullish, especially if we basically close it with a bullish candle, meaning like the body candle closing like that, right? So if, between March 5th throughout March 5th, right, to March 26th, right, end of March, if we close the that 3 weeks candle just like that, that'll be extremely bullish. Okay, so we will just have to wait and see. We got 10 days, just about like a week to close the monthly candle, and after that we got 5 days to see what the 3 week cycle will give us and all that good stuff. But as of now, I just don't see us within the next 2 weeks to close below 21.5. That'll be extremely bearish, and that could change the anti-bullish momentum. And at the same time, on our 3 week cycle, we about to get a bullish crossover, right? On our 3 weeks, we got our weekly bullish crossover back in August, right there, back in August, and we got our 2 weeks crossover in January, and now we're about to get our 3 weeks crossover in February. So possibly sometime in March or April, we could get our monthly bullish crossover, and that could change the entire momentum going into the second half of the year and all that good stuff, because most people will be flipping bullish once the monthly candle flips bullish. But you got to be cautious. I talked about it before. Just because your monthly cycle flips bullish, right, doesn't mean the trend will continue to go up. It could be tapping out by then. Okay, once we get that bullish crossover on the monthly, BTC could be tapping out and basically be dumping to the downside and all that good stuff, right? So just have to be very cautious when you're basically looking at the monthly cycle, right? All right, guys, that's all I wanted to cover for today. So if you're new to our content, don't forget to hit the likes. Don't forget to join our public Telegram group, link in the description. You can also check out the Discord premium and public group, link in the description and all that good stuff, right? Thanks a lot for watching.